I want to talk about the real reason why it's actually extremely hard for you to get into the gym. You ever asked yourself, what is this thing called discipline, and how to use it, how to utilize it, how other people are using it, and why is it that whenever I attempt to use it, it just kind of fails, and it's like as if I have a certain level of like willpower towards it, right? So you just keep banging your head against the gym, and then you quit, and then you go again, and you just keep trying to push through the same excuses, the same emotions, and every single time you end up just quitting again anyway, right? And this can be closely related as an example for other aspects of your life as well, not just gym, right? Like practicing a skill, uh, leveling up your business, things like that. And we just can't wrap our heads around the motivation aspect or the discipline aspect to just getting it done, right? Like we know how good it is for us, but we keep doing all these bad habits. Simply put, it is about how you value things and how you value the things that you're currently doing in your life, to the point that the things that you're currently doing with your life, you value them higher than the gym. And you're like, wait, that doesn't make sense, because you want gym, you want the goals, all the blah blah blah. But when you think about it, you enjoy the same day every day because you find it easy, right? You enjoy the easy aspect, the comfortable aspect of not having to pump weights at the gym, not having to talk to people, not having to level up your business, of just relaxing and just playing games, insert other addiction like, you know, porn, uh, socializing, just like not actually focusing on any goals. And it's because you value those things that help you be comfortable over gym. And it's simply a point of value. And for example, when you're young, often your only value towards gym is to become attractive so you can attract the opposite sex, right? That's the only value you attach to it. And you've probably heard this if you've been in like self improvement enough, that, and you've seen people do it where they've gotten big and they look amazing, and that's the thing, that's what they wanted, but they wanted it to attract a girl. And what happens to the guys? They end up finding a girl and they get into a relationship with them. They lose it all. They stop going to the gym because there's no more value attached to the gym in their mind. They only wanted gym to attract a girl. Now they have a girl, the value of gym goes down. And so they don't put themselves in the gym anymore. And this is the example of they are living in their comfort. And that they, even if they were using discipline, they valued it enough to just push through some of the negative emotion, right? You just kind of like force yourself like a robot or something. But now if you think about how some people can go to the gym, like myself, and enjoy the gym, and I'm not doing it for any one reason. I'm doing it for multiple reasons. It's because in my mind, I'm actually valuing the gym way more than one reason, you know? And that's what I want to get at, I'm probably, I am out of shape right now, but the way that I can go and achieve things is different to many other people. They'll often say discipline, 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 but I don't need discipline to get into the gym. I just go to the gym. And that's because the value in my mind is so high, it's so easy to execute. And I'll give you an example that you will also definitely know of, possibly like two examples. The first one is one that you've probably actually achieved yourself, and that's eating healthier. Now, I don't mean eating the healthiest diet, but eating healthier. And I think back to like your childhood when you ate like vegetables or something like that, you hated the taste of it. Why is it now you no longer hate the taste of it? Because as a baby, the only value that babies have when it comes to food is just it's high in calories, high in energy, pretty much. But as we grow older, people tell you and they educate you on the health, the health aspect of good food and the benefits that come with it. You know, you live longer, you get less sick, all of these things. And we can't really, even though we're educated on these things, sometimes we actually need to experience it ourselves before we actually realize how good this stuff is. And the way that we would experience why this stuff is good by experiencing the bad. And this is also something that you would know about, which is when someone gets sick. It doesn't have to be terminal, but when someone gets like hospital ridden sick, why is it that out of the blue they're able to change their diet? Not all of them, no, not all of them, because some of them still don't get that value thing. But the ones that do get that value thing, it's because they understand how bad it is if you don't achieve healthiness. You know, if your body's not healthy, then you're going to get bedridden for months to years. You might need an organ transplant, like whatever the sickness that they end up having. That's the thing that they attain value. So they understand the value now. They didn't. They only understood it from a third party perspective, and then they thought it would never happen to them because they felt fine, and then out of nowhere, sick. Out of nowhere, just extreme sickness. You know. And this would be the case with like gym or something else, is that you do it before it's too late. You know, you start taking care of yourself before you reach that hospital bed. And so the the best way to do that before you experience the bad is to actually take in the education and understand the value of the positivity, like the benefits, and then understand the negative value if you don't go to the gym, right? And so like teenagers will start off with they want to go to gym just for looks. So they'll handle the pain just for looks, but long term that's not enough. You know, they realize that they're just eventually that all that pain just for looks. But what they're not recognizing in their mind, some of them will recognize it eventually, that gym gives you confidence, it gives you looks, it gives you respect from other people, which in turn also gives you health, gives you like social opportunity, business opportunities, like sexual opportunities, like all of these things. And then all of these things, the opportunity aspect leads to like business opportunities. And you're more cognitive there. You know, you're not tired all the time because you are healthier as well. And so all of these things, and then there's also the security aspect that you can protect yourself or other people by simply being more fit, you know. Of course, depending on where you are, you could use, you know, something else, but like in general, your body is extremely valuable, extremely valuable. You don't think of it right now, so you abuse it. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I've abused it myself, but eventually, with education and experience, if education was not enough to make you understand the value, experience will. Experience will. Eventually, something's going to happen, and you're going to recognize the actual value. It's going to be something likely traumatic. Just don't get to that point. Try not to get to that point. Reduce as much of that before it even becomes a thing. And simply put, the best way is to educate yourself, then try to experience, and then try to process. And processing is what people don't do. They don't try to actually genuinely think about why the gym is valuable, and then try to compare the gym to other things in their life. And they don't try to think about why those other things in their life are not valuable and very, very petty and not worth their time because of the amount of detriment that it's going to have on their life. And so Simply put, you're going to value gym so high and value something else, one of your bad habits, because you need to replace them in your life, to the point that gym just kind of is easy. Like you just end up doing it easy. The thing is, when you feel the fact that it's easy, you also now understand that it's okay to quit. And when I say quit, I mean take days off. Like it is okay, because it's not about whether or not you have complete consistency. It's about whether or not you have complete consistency long term. As long as you're keeping healthy, that's all that matters in the gym. It doesn't matter about your max PR or whatnot, unless you're competitive. But if you're not competitive, the only thing that matters is reaping those benefits, and you reap those benefits as long as you're consistent long term. Not that you're perfectly going every single day. The perfectly going every single day, that's trying to do that discipline mindset thing, right? And this will be the case when you build any habit, that the same principles apply. And so, excuses are the things that you need to devalue, and devalue each of those excuses, because those excuses are habits. They're all habits that hold you down. So, feeling tired. I feel tired, so I'm going to execute the habit of go for a nap. Right? That's your habitual thing when you feel tired. I don't feel like I have time, so my habitual thing is to not go to the gym. I feel like it's going to be boring because so and so is not going with us. Your habitual thing is to not go now because it's too boring, right? And so we're valuing all of those excuses above going to the gym. And what happens there? You have no more time in the day because we valued all of those excuses first. But we need to devalue them and recognize how petty and useless they are and how detrimental they are every time we use them. And then obtain a level of education and experience about the gym as to why it's so important. And this is how you, across the board, achieve any goal that you want. It's not just gym. So, and this is also how you break bad habits. So, you're welcome for a piece of education that no one has ever genuinely put this much time and attention into the very minor details of things, and I'm going to be going in deep further later on. But until then, if you have any other questions, comment down in the comment section, and like and subscribe, and see you next time.